I really feel like United Way is the hub of our region.
I think of the amazing impact that they have on all of our local communities.
When I first hear United Way, I'm thinking of a charitable organization that's there to help people in need.
When I think of United Way, I think of local people helping locally.
An organization that wants to reach out and help different communities.
When I found out about United Way, it was like, oh my goodness, this is a way to help.
I really think of them as like the link to the community.
I think it's efficient compassion.
They bring a lot of good to our community through their programs, through their initiatives to help people live better lives.
The backbone of a lot of communities. It's filling the gap of need, always.
I think of an organization that does a fantastic job helping people who want to give to the community give.
What comes to mind is the ability of the United Way to serve the community from birth until end of life.
An organization that really helps small communities continue to thrive.
And when something needs to be done, they all come together to find a solution to solve the problem.
When there's hardship here, when there's hurt, when there's need, our people really step up and they help take care of one another. And the United Way has helped us to find ways to do that more effectively.
We benefit from their funds, and so does our community. By having those funds, we are able to put books in children's hands.
And we are far from lots of support services. We really appreciate that the United Way pays attention to us at the end of the road.
Donations from the area affect our organization, services and resources that may not necessarily be available to us if it wasn't for the United Way.
By having local input into where the money goes, the United Way of Northeast Minnesota has come up with some pretty innovative programs. One in particular is the free dental work for kids.
The lack of dental in our area has been a big concern for several years here. So people are having to travel 60 miles, 100 miles, 200 miles just to try to get into a dentist. We have worked with the Children's Dental Services, which is also part of our collaboration with the United Way.
There are not enough child care options to go around. The United Way knows this. They try and help get new projects going, and they help supporting our existing ones.
I think of the way that they've come through for the community of Floodwood to help the Polar Cubs Daycare Center is going to be huge for the community of Floodwood, not only for the children and families, but the school, city, and community alike.
The Day of Action in the city of Keewatin was the most fun, hard-working experience in probably the history of Keewatin. Volunteers came into the city to help citizens to complete jobs that maybe they weren't able to complete on their own, organized by a group of individuals from the United Way.
The United Way reaches out to veterans, rural veterans during the holidays. They have meal packages.
Help with utility bills, car repairs, travel, you name it.
Veteran Connections are different activities throughout the year. Veterans like myself can get together, network with each other, share stories, share ideas. They also offer veteran retreats for the family.
We are running an oral history program. We'd like to interview veterans about their experience.
It's good for their family, veterans in the future, and historians.
I've seen more community, more involvement with veterans.
I think all these opportunities that United Way offers are really valuable for veterans as well as non-veterans.
They do really help with stability in the community.
They have programs like Comforts of Home. If we know that there's a family in need here of some things for setting up a house or recovering from a tragedy, they are there, and many times they have things that we can put to work.
I think the Lunch Buddies program is an absolutely wonderful thing to do. It's wonderful how the United Way has started it, how it has grown, and it just goes to show the need.
We're usually looking at kids who need a little extra support, and so then we can pair them with an adult who they can get that extra one-on-one with. We actually had a student who in the lunchroom was more to himself, suddenly was wanting to sit with other kids. It helped him with his social skills.
We also believe in the power of education, and so the Dolly Parton Library is important to us.
They are the source of books for the Imagination Library. We want to make sure every child in this community is read to. We're so grateful to the United Way for helping us with that.
many kids who spend the day at the library. At noon every day, they all get up and run down to meet up in Chowdown to have lunch with their friends.
It's wonderful to see the kids that maybe aren't getting a regular lunch get fed every day, the joy on their faces when they get to come down to the park.
There's so many diverse programs, but what's near and dear to me is the Buddy Backpack program. I'm a retired teacher, and I saw the benefit of having the Buddy Backpack program for my students.
So those kids who maybe are a little worried about how they're going to get through the weekend, it's just that sense of, I know I will have enough.
There's way more children than most of the community knows who need the benefits of Buddy Backpacks. They used to be able to pack a Buddy Backpack for around $5, and now I believe it's well over $8. Anything that anybody can give is tremendously rewarding and tremendously useful to all aspects of the community.
So to the donors and everybody out there, it really matters. I get to see what their donations do for people.
Your funds go directly to help people in the area, which is just incredible.
I just say, hey, we're doing the right thing. We're here, we're part of a community. When you do something for somebody, it all comes back in one way or the other. You never know if I'm going to be in that situation.
They know the needs, they know the people that they're helping.
The money that's given here stays local. It's really a no-brainer to give to the United Way.
Every dollar that a giver gives, it gets put to work in a very wise and very fruitful way, and it just truly makes a difference.
The benefits that we receive as donors and volunteers far outweigh what we give.